Hey, Activate Running Coaching Time. John here. I'm about to go for my long run for the week and I'd like to take you along with me for some of it. It's very windy out there, so the audio may not be fantastic. Three things that are really good about going for a long run. I think every runner should have a long run, in quotation marks, long, because it could be different for you and to me and to other runners that might run a lot further than me. Their long run is going to be a lot further. For those that don't run as far as me, their long run is going to be a lot shorter. But we'll talk about all that in this video. So here I go. I'm going to go out onto what I call a gas line. It's a stock route along the Dunedoo Road coming out of Dubbo, east out of Dubbo. So let's go. So I'm about 2k's into my long run, which is going to be about 2 hours long on a trail, as I said before, what we call the gas line. I'm already on that trail now. It's quite lovely. But very breezy and windy. You might have trouble hearing me. Let's see how we go with the audio there. Trying to keep my pace down. In fact, take my focus off my pace and put it on my heart rate, keeping my heart rate under 130 if I can, and so far so good. Keeping it nice and easy, nice and steady. And I'll catch up with you soon in about half an hour. Bit of a puddle. Hopefully I won't step into it too deeply up to my muddle. Oh, over we go. Oh, I think I managed to avoid getting my feet wet. Yay! You know, since my diagnosis of atrial fibrillation in my heart a year or so ago, I still want to run, and I still like to run long. So it's been a bit of a journey, a process of working out what works and what doesn't work. One of the most important things, I think, is staying hydrated, and particularly with electrolytes. So here we go. And I'll fill up again soon, but boy, that's important. Very important to just stay hydrated. Here's something you may not know about me. I love moss. Here's a good section of moss I found on this trail. Not far away from the turnaround point where I'll come back after an hour. Might even go a couple more minutes than that. See if I can come back in that nice heart rate zone of about 130, which is my aerobic zone, one that I like to keep. I like that zone of about 65 to 70% of maximum heart rate, or my MAF formula, 180 minus my age plus 10. Give myself a little bit there because of my many years of running. And yeah, so here we are, almost halfway. Then I'll head back and we'll see if we can do about 19 to 20k's. No big emphasis on the distance, it's more the time in the legs and keeping my heart rate down. Well, I've just got to the 1 hour mark, covered about 10k's. Heart rate's starting to go up a little bit, well above 130, so I think I'm running a little too quickly, and perhaps something called cardiac drift is occurring. So if you're wondering why I'm running 2 hours as my long run, when I get back to my home studio, as I call our parents' retreat slash library at our house. I'll explain to you why 2 hours was my long run today. Not 1 hour, not 3 hours. I forgot to show you this on the way out. The trees come down on the trail. I guess a lot of the trees during the recent drought we had got quite dry and weak and have just spontaneously fallen over. But fortunately someone has created a little side trail, so let's head out on that back now. A little word about tailwinds and headwinds. Had a tailwind on the way to the turnaround. You don't appreciate it, you don't feel the benefit. Headwind on the way back, boy, you really feel like it's hard work. It's a bit like life, I think. When you've got things going well, you don't really appreciate it. When things go badly for whatever reason, boy, it's hard. Tailwinds, headwinds, wow. I've only got about less than 2 k's to go on this particular run, and it has been quite hard this last second half. But one of the things I like to practice is gratefulness. I thank God for the blessing and the privilege to be able to do a long run. Plus I know it sounds a bit morbid, but I think to myself, what if this is my last run ever, my last long run ever? Let's make the most of it, let's enjoy it even if it is hard. Well, that completes my 2-hour run. It was great, I enjoyed it. It was hard at the end actually. Not super hard, but just moderately hard. I think I was running out of glycogen. One of the purposes of a long run is to enhance your ability to store glycogen, as well as to use fat as a fuel supply. To metabolize fat is very important for marathoners and ultramarathoners. One of the things that a long run will also do is improve your physical durability. Your tissue toughness is increased by a long run. Another very important reason to do a long run, whatever distance you're planning to race. As well as enhancing your ability to metabolize fat and to store better glycogen after the run when you refuel, is of course one of the main reasons for the long run is to develop your aerobic capacity. So important when you're trying to run efficiently, effectively. So what guides the distance of your long run? What distance should you aim for? Well, I think one of the main things is pace. It should be easy. Talking pace, aerobic, well within your aerobic zone pace. 65 to 70% of your maximum heart rate, or 180 minus your age, are 2 formulas that you could use to get that pace and that low heart rate. Your long run should not exceed your previous long run by very much, and it should be gradually built up. Let's have a look at my last 10 or 11 long runs, and you can see leading up to today's run that it's been very gradual, very gradual indeed. I couldn't have started with that 20k run that I did today a few weeks ago. I would have got injured. It might have upset my heart rhythm. It would have been exhausting and demotivating. So let your long run start short and gradually increase over time. That's the main message for today. Happy running, and we'll catch you next time.